There are 3 train tunnels in Chatsworth, California. These tunnels cut through the sandstone of the Santa Suzanna Mountains and connect the Simi Valley and Chatsworth train stations. The Southern Pacific Railroad began construction on these tunnels in 1900, and the task was completed in 1903. The first trains hurled through these tunnels in 1904. These tunnels were originally wooden structures, but in 1921 they were rebuilt and encased in a concrete shell. The train tracks beneath these tunnels is standard gauge. Track gauge is the distance between the 2 rails of a railroad track, and standard gauge is 4 feet 8.5 inches. 55% of trains worldwide use standard gauge track. Prior to the building of these tunnels beneath the Santa Suzanna Mountains, trains that traveled from the city of Ventura to the San Fernando Valley would travel through Saugus, then through the San Fernando Tunnel in the Newhall Pass, and into the San Fernando Valley and on to Burbank, for a total distance of 67 miles. The new 1904 train line travels from Ventura to Simi Valley, then through the 3 Chatsworth tunnels before arriving at the Chatsworth train station, then continues on to Burbank, a total distance of 61 miles. This 6-mile shorter route from Ventura to Burbank is called the Montalvo Cutoff. The Montalvo Cutoff took its name from the Montalvo train station in Ventura, where this route originated. This train station was in use for more than 100 years when, in May of 2011, the Montalvo station was renamed the Ventura East Station due to lack of name recognition. When traveling by train from Simi Valley to Chatsworth, the first of the 3 tunnels you'll encounter is tunnel number 26, which is the longest of the 3 tunnels, at 7,369 feet in length. That's 1.4 miles. This tunnel is referred to as the Santa Suzanna Tunnel. Trains can travel at a speed of 40 miles an hour through this tunnel. At that speed, it takes 2 minutes and 5 seconds from the time the train first starts to enter the tunnel until it first emerges at the other end. At the time this tunnel was built, it was the longest train tunnel in California. The next tunnel you'll come to is tunnel number 27. It is 994 feet in length and is just north of Chatsworth Park South. The third tunnel is tunnel number 28. It travels under Topanga Canyon Boulevard and is 599 feet in length. This tunnel has appeared in many films and TV shows due to its proximity and easy access to Topanga Canyon Boulevard. The other 2 tunnels are far from any roads, making filming at those locations less desirable. Tunnel number 28 was featured in the 1933 film The Power and the Glory, starring Spencer Tracy. In this photo, you can see him walking out the west end of the tunnel. And this photo, from the James Cagney 1949 film White Heat, shows his stunt double about to leap onto a train exiting the east side of the tunnel. And here is a photo of the west side of the tunnel in the Gene Autry film Rancho Grande, made in 1940. And here is a photo of the west side of tunnel number 28 from 1903, before the train tracks were laid. You can see Stony Point Summit Boulder in the upper right. Here is a satellite view showing the outcroppings of Stony Point and the intersection of Topanga Canyon Boulevard and Santa Suzanna Pass Road. The two arrows show the east and west ends of the 599-foot-long tunnel number 28. Here is a satellite view taken from a higher altitude. Tunnel number 28 under Topanga Canyon is indicated here. This view also includes tunnel number 27, and here is a view of all three tunnels. But 27 years before these tunnels were built in the Santa Suzanna Mountains, there was the San Fernando Tunnel in the Newhall Pass. Train service was first established between Burbank and Los Angeles in 1873. But train service continuing north from Burbank was not achieved until the tunnel through the Newhall Pass was built. In 1875, construction began on the San Fernando train tunnel through the Newhall Pass, and upon its completion on July the 14th, 1876, it was the third longest railroad tunnel in the United States at 6,940 feet in length. The following month, the first train traveled through the tunnel and on to Burbank and through to Los Angeles. This tunnel connected northern and southern California by rail. Train service was now finally established from San Francisco to Los Angeles. But let's go all the way back to the early 1860s, before the San Fernando Tunnel. Back then, it was very difficult to get through the steep Newhall Pass. In 1861, Edward Beale was appointed by President Abraham Lincoln as the Federal Surveyor General of California and Nevada. In 1863, Edward Beale oversaw the construction of a slot, or cut, 65 feet deep through the Newhall Pass, allowing for stagecoaches and buckboards to make the journey. And he was granted the right to collect a toll for the next 20 years on the cut that he had created and managed. And so it became known as Beale's Cut. The cut was later deepened to 90 feet. In this photo from 1872, you can see a horse-drawn buckboard about to traverse Beale's Cut. And here is a photo of the toll house that collected fees from the travelers that used Beale's Cut. Beale's Cut is California Historical Landmark number 1006. Beale's Cut was featured in many silent Western movies. In 1923, it was featured in producer John Ford's film, 3 Jumps Ahead. In the film, cowboy star Tom Mix can be seen jumping over the pass. But it has long been debated by film historians whether the jump was made by Tom Mix or a stuntman, or was perhaps just conjured up through special effects. Beale's Cut lasted as a transportation passage in the Newhall Pass until the Newhall Auto Tunnel was opened in 1910. This 435-foot-long auto tunnel was built a quarter of a mile northwest of Beale's Cut. The tunnel was 17.5 feet wide and accommodated two-way automobile traffic. This photo of the Newhall Tunnel was taken in about 1918. The tunnel was daylighted in 1938. The tunnel and the hillside above it removed, and the four-lane Sierra Highway was constructed, which is still in use today. Here, baby. Come on. Hello, everybody. It's October the 5th, 2024, and I'm out here at Stony Point with tunnel number 28 behind me. Sticker and I are going to hike from here over to tunnel number 27. We're about halfway to tunnel number 27. On the Montalvo cutoff. It's been in operation for 120 years. I just noticed something kind of interesting. Off to the right here is a piece of rail. And my guess is that this is a replacement for one of the rails that is here. And to be honest with you, I've never really noticed where they gap. I don't even know if there is a gap. But I'm going to look for one here. I'm not going to go crazy, because I have no idea how long these rails are. And they're probably welded together at some point. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to see if I notice anything obvious. Because look at the rail off to the right. Just sitting there. Well, here's a separation right here. There's a weld right here. So I don't know how long that is, but obviously they come in pieces of a certain length. And there's some more rail up here off to the side for whatever reason. And I noticed a little while ago one of these clamps right here was just sitting between the train tracks. Here's the start of a new piece right there. And this is all fenced off here toward the east. And I'm pretty sure they have some kind of motion detectors up here with a audible alarm if you get too close. We're going to find out soon, because there's the tunnel right there. It used to be years ago, right as you went inside tunnel number 27 here, we're on the east side of the tunnel. Off to the left, once you entered the tunnel, was an alcove. And you could go sit up in that alcove, a small group of people, maybe 5 or 6 or so, and watch the trains go through the tunnel. They filled that in, I want to say 15 years ago, maybe 15 or 20, but I don't know for sure. But see up here, you've got the you've got a kind of a bullhorn and some cameras. So I think we're going to be notified pretty shortly here that we're in an area which you're not allowed to be in. And as soon as I hear that, I'll turn around. I haven't seen a sign that says you can't be here, but I'm not sure if you can see the end of this tunnel from the opening here, because it's got a curve to it. Come on, sticker. And somebody's cut out a hole in this fence so you can enter through it. So much for the fence. Now there is a sign here that says no trespassing. No dumping or trespassing, and it's been dislodged somehow and it's just laying on the ground, but it's quite a bit cooler. Wow, the temperature went down by about, I would guess, at least 20 degrees. It's nice. This is nice because it's a warm day today. You know, that alcove, it's been filled in, but I wanted to say it was right up in here, but maybe it was down in there. Maybe it was that part right there. But I don't know. So here we are on the eastern side of tunnel number 27. And I can hear a train coming, but I can tell that it's behind me. It's basically near the Chatsworth station. So it won't be here for a few minutes. But if you look up at the top of the tunnel here, you can see the dates. Right there in the center of the screen, it says 1904. And right there it says 1921. 1904 being the year that the tunnels first had train traffic. They were built between 1900 and 1903. In 1904, they were opened to train traffic, and in 1921, they were rebuilt with a concrete shell. We'll continue on with our journey here and go take a look at tunnel number 26. The biggest and the longest of the 3 Santa Suzanna train tunnels. I'm at the Santa Suzanna Depot and Museum. It's open Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 4. Free admission. Less than 1 mile from the Santa Suzanna Depot and Museum is Corriganville. This was, of course, a movie set years ago that featured a lot of Western movies. It's been long gone, but there are some relics still here. And I'm parked in this free parking lot down here. And we're very close to tunnel number 26. We're going to walk up there now and take a look at the longest of the 3 Santa Suzanna train tunnels. So just a short walk from the Corriganville parking lot. Here are the train tracks. These go right by the museum, down in that direction, about in the middle of the screen. And there is a fence here, so hopefully I can figure out a way to get over to the track side of the fence in order to see the tunnel up close. We're in Simi Valley right now, so this is the northwest entrance to the tunnel. And there's the tunnel right there. So this is the Simi Valley side of tunnel number 26, 7,369 feet in length. Here's the north end of the San Fernando Tunnel. You can see there's 2 tracks here, but they converge into one just before they enter the tunnel. This tunnel is 6,940 feet long, and it was the tunnel that connected Los Angeles to San Francisco. I'm a little closer to the tunnel now, and it's quite a bit cooler right here. I mean, it's very nice. And you can see up close the 2 train tracks converging into one. I'm in the area of Beals Cut right now, and there's a lot of foundations in the area like this one that once had houses or businesses or something, especially up behind me. There's some more up here. Sierra Highway is up there. But I believe Beals Cut is right in this direction. I guess this is a water tower. This is shown on Google Maps. I didn't know what to make of it, but now I do. So just up this canyon should be where Beals Cut is. We're very close. This old water tower, or whatever it is pretty spooky. And here we are at what's left today of Beals Cut. This used to be 90 feet deep, and it allowed easy access from the Santa Clarita to the San Fernando Valley for buckboards and stagecoaches. It was cut in 1863. There's a paved road leading up to Beals Cut, which is directly behind me, because prior to the building of the Newhall Tunnel in 1910, this road was the way to go. So I guess at one point it was paved. I'm not sure when it stopped being used completely, but with the Newhall Tunnel built in 1910, that was an easier way to go, and it was better built and more modern. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.